I think we're rolling. Hey, it's been a while. I'm looking at you.
Are you doing the interview?
Am I doing the interview?
Or how do you want to do this? I forgot how to do it.
I
I would
guess
like to welcome you
I
and
got
your new
some-
haircut to the
Lack of haircut?
to the show.
You
Yeah,
got.
what is that?
You look like you might need one. You got
I
a
need
little
one.
bit
I'm
of
shaggy.
a. You got a little bit of a point going.
I'm shaggy. Well,
It's okay. It looks good.
it's all
You
going
make
up.
it. You make it work.
It's all going up. Yeah, well. A lot of Aquanet. A lot of Aquanet. Yeah, I bought stock about 8 years ago. Can I drink this on here?
Yeah. Just don't bang it on the table.
All right. What are we talking about, buddy?
I think we're gonna talk about what the world would be like without social media.
Mm-hmm.
And
Heaven.
yeah. Well, it's funny because that's a topic that for me and you, it's kind of strange because we really don't use social media that actively.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely don't use it that actively.
Well, you got
post some-
MySpace pages. You and I go back and forth on those.
Well,
couple
yeah,
times a year,
I
but
mean, my old stand-up routines I used to have on MySpace,
they're good.
they got like 17 views, so that's great.
I know, because I know just about all those folks. But
Yeah.
but
But you
yeah,
put-
you're right. We don't, I mean, we do it for a living, and we're surrounded by it. That I've tried to get better at it. I have. I mean, I know that we have friends who are clients and good friends, and not seeing us on there probably isn't a good thing at times. I
Yeah.
want to be social. I just rather do it face to face. That's just my style.
Yeah, it's just easier. I mean, I get on there every
old
once
school
in a while.
social media.
Yeah,
Like go grab a beer,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's a
That's
little
the-
more fun.
Not a digital hangout, but a real hangout.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get drunk on Facebook.
Well, you can, but that's why I got off it, because I made some really terrible choices.
Did you like a couple old?
Are we on now? Or are we just talking to each other? 'Cause
Hey,
it feels like we're just.
welcome to Between Two Bar
Yeah,
Ties.
I'd like to welcome you and your new haircut. I'm going to use that line a lot this next week. All right, so
No.
we're what, Marlena? Yeah,
trying to watch
everything.
3
We
different
feel
things
very
at the same
comfortable.
Yeah, it's great.
Just let us talk. This is the only time we've got to talk today.
Apparently, Marlena wants to be on the podcast.
Just get up,
again.
Marlena. Come in here for a minute. Marlena, come on. Oh, now you're shy? Give me a break. Come on. She's a social media queen.
She is.
It's just taking a turn for. She's flicking us off.
She definitely knows the most.
No,
out of all of us.
Marlena does. Marlena is, but I think it's a generational thing too, and I know that's a terrible thing. If the Gary Vee fans, I'm falling to that category of just shut up and do it. I get it, but like it is tough to remember to do it sometimes. Even at the end of the day,
Well, I think it's
a
easier
chore at
for
times.
like people with like kids and stuff. They just
Yeah.
want to plaster the Facebook with their kids and
Yeah.
say, "Hey, look at me, look
Well,
at
they
me."
got subject matter,
And it's
but
like,
what am I
come
gonna
on,
put?
what are you doing? No.
I had hummus tonight. I ate pretzel chips and hummus.
Yeah.
I mean, that might get a like.
And it seems like you eat
I had
that every
nothing
single
going
night.
on.
I mean, I've liked that picture like so many times already.
Yeah, there's reruns of Andy Griffith. I mean, what am I going to
Who's
put
Andy
up there?
Griffith?
Exactly. Anyway, all right. So a world without social media, I think there'd be pros and cons. In all honesty,
Yeah.
What it's helped me, and it sounds cliche, and I know a lot of people have said it, but it's helped me keep up with friends and family that are outside of where we live. It's helped me kind of stay connected and see what's going on in their lives, and
Yeah.
show them very, 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 very few glimpses into mine.
Yeah,
And that's a beautiful thing. And all the stuff I put up there is good.
I think
reality.
I think it's the best use for it is honestly keeping up with people that you normally wouldn't interact with.
Is this episode going downhill, Marlena?
You guys have talked over each other the whole time, which is
It's
my
all good.
nightmare.
Should we start over?
No, we definitely shouldn't.
This is what social media has done to people. They don't even know how to
You're
communicate.
editing this one, Rivo.
Okay.
They don't even know how to communicate anymore. Ready, set, go.
No, we're good.
So I feel that social media. Just keep talking.
Just keep. We're leaving all this in the episode.
Yeah, we should.
The 3 restarts.
Not my problem. You know what I mean?
Rude.
Yeah.
No.
So we're going to continue to stay off Facebook
let's
as much
talk.
as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather. This is how I like to communicate.
YouTube.
Vlogs.
Vlogs?
Vlogs.
Is that like an amphibian?
No, it's podcast video. It's a vlog. That's a legitimate term. All right, so let's talk about influencers.
Influencers.
Okay, so social media now it's kind of springboarded into people getting paid because they have such great followership they can convince and to do things for them and the brands they represent. Or
Yeah, people who get huge
Loyalty,
followings who
yeah.
it's just eyes for these companies to kind of use whoever's hot.
Yeah.
You know.
What are your thoughts on that? I mean, there are some great influencers out there.
Yeah, there's some great ones. I think it's slowly it's getting saturated. There's tons of people who are just trying to get numbers up, and they're using kind of little schemes to get their numbers up, and like bots and stuff, and it's all fake.
Yeah, you can usually read through that.
Yeah,
I know the brands do. I mean,
we're in that kind of, we're at that point where people are trying to inflate their numbers and stuff. So you gotta be careful of who you get invested in and all that stuff.
Some of the stuff that I've seen, in all honesty, we've been joking about it, but I will say the times that I'm on there, some of the things I've seen that I've liked about social media is there's more pushes that I was kind of kidding about before, but showing true things and not just all the good, because, you know, there's been cases of people becoming depressed because they think they're looking at it through a constantly positive lens, other people's lives at least, and you know, for whatever reason, they feel inferior to that. But I've seen a lot lately, and in my feed, I know people that are starting to post more real-life moments, whether they're good or bad. And I know how vulnerable that could feel, I'd assume. But I think it's kind of returning us back to being human again.
Can you
imagine that?
It gets a better response.
Like, life's not always perfect. And
yeah.
So I would say there's some evolution on that front.
Yeah, I think authenticity is important, and you can kind of find influencers that are definitely more not fake. Like you see their feeds.
Yeah, exactly.
You actually trust the
They
stuff.
just don't go after every brand. They go after the brands that they have a close connection with or feel loyal to because of what it stands for, quality of product, and things like that. So,
yeah, you can trust the stuff they're pushing. So that's nice. I mean, they're getting fewer and far between, but I think when you find something like that, it's that can be a positive.
So the last question, because this is the most riveting 8 minutes of most people's day probably, but where do you see social media going? Do you think it continues to grow in popularity? Do you think we start to scale back and get back to kind of face-to-face personal communications?
How far out are we talking? Like
next week. No,
I mean, all social media is going to be gone next week.
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years
from now.
Honestly,
I mean, seriously, I see it shrinking back.
I mean, Facebook is already on the decline. Like I see Facebook continually declining, and stuff like Instagram, where it's even shorter attention spans.
I've got a phone call.
Oh, go ahead and take that.
That's TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
Hey, can I call you back?
Hey, welcome to Between Two Bonsais.
All right, I'll call you in a minute, bud. All right, bye.
This guy doesn't take this serious at all.
Yeah, anyway,
No.
so rudeness stemming from social. Like, people
See?
can't communicate anymore.
It shows you've been on Facebook too long.
All right, man. I think we've said
No,
enough.
I think Facebook's on the decline. You're gonna see stuff like TikTok and like shorter attention span stuff start to grow. Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of the way things are moving.
Well, this is great, man. Thank you
Yeah.
for. I look to you for these types of things. I know that
I'm a social media master.
you're on the edge of social. Is what they.
I'm about to fall off.
That's what's on. That's you're on the so
See you
far the
later.
edge about the. Isn't that tattooed on your back, your lower back? I'm on the edge of
my
social.
tramp stamp.
We're getting them after this. All right, thanks everyone. Thanks
all
for
right.
bearing with it.
See you next time.
See you in a bit. We done.
I think that was fantastic.